Welcome to Mortgage Minutes, where we demystify the loan process for you. I'm your host, Austin Baker, along with my co-host, Jonathan Buck.
What's up?
All right, Jonathan, what are we talking about today?
Today we're going to be talking about what to expect when you're expecting a loan.
Or we could just be professional and call it conditions and needs list.
Let's go with that.
All
So I got my handy dandy clipboard here, and on it I have our borrower's checklist. And Austin and I want to shoot this video today to help you prepare for when you're going to be getting a house, home searching, or getting under contract. We want you to be properly prepared and to set expectations of things that we're going to need from you in the loan process.
Yeah, so I think most people understand you're going to have to provide documents when you're asking to borrow money. What are those documents? Borrower's checklist lays out sort of the basic list. It's not comprehensive, but these things are going to apply to virtually every file. So start there. We also have a really easy application, don't we?
We have a very simple application.
Yeah, our online application is called Simple without the E. And the more you leverage this, the easier, honestly, your life is going to be all the way through the process. Simple allows you not only to provide your information digitally, but it allows you to connect your information digitally. And what I mean by that is bank statements, for example. You can connect your bank account to Simple, and you don't even have to provide bank statements. It automatically syncs with the data and gives us everything we need for the time frame that you're in the loan. So it's beautiful, it's quick, it is truly simple, and will make your life a lot easier. But this first step right here, this is the upfront part. With your application, you're going to have to provide documents. And so this is the providing step.
Absolutely. And so like I said, the more work you do up front, the less work you're going to end up having to do on these other parts. And so the first step is providing. Now we're going to assign a processor to your loan. And that processor's job is to verify everything about the things you provided.
Exactly. So they're going to go through and they're going to verify that your W-2s and your tax returns match up with the verification of employment from your employer. They're going to make sure that the paycheck stubs match. They're going to make sure that there aren't any, crazy deposits going into your bank statements that we don't need to address. So they're going to go through, they're going to check everything, they're going to verify it. I would expect, if I were you, to get a response from processing within a few days of your file being submitted, that there's going to be an additional needs list from the processor on your file. So different things that they may need you to help them verify before they submit the file to underwriting.
Exactly. And so then we get those things, and now we're going to move your file to the next stage, which is underwriting. And so what the underwriting wants to do is to clarify, because what we're hoping to get is a CTC, a clear to close.
Clear to close.
And so in order to get that, we need to clarify everything the processor's verified and also everything you've provided.
Yep. So the processor is the one gathering all the information, making sure it's ready for underwriting. Underwriter is the one that is actually approving or denying your loan. And so if the processor has been able to verify everything and everything makes sense to the underwriter, that's where we get the clear to close. But if there's something they need clarity on, what happens then, Jonathan?
So if they do need clarity, it goes back into the processor, but you still get a conditional approval. So it might be a small letter you need or some small explanation or something, but you are approved from an underwriting standpoint. You're just conditionally approved on clearing out these conditions.
Yeah, so don't be surprised if after your file comes out of underwriting, you're asked for a couple of additional items. Something that pops up all the time is they're going to do another credit pull. It's going to be a soft pull. It's not a hard pull, but they are checking to see, hey, have you applied for credit anywhere else? Have you applied for an auto loan or a credit card? Or did you apply with another lender? They need to make sure that no new debt has happened. Mm-hmm. And that's something that the processor would not even have a chance to be able to see, because this doesn't happen until later. So don't be shocked if you've provided information twice, and then there might still be another thing down here at the end that needs to be explained to the underwriter. Once we have that said item, the file goes back to underwriting for final underwriting and hopefully the clear close.
Yeah, victory!
So we wanted to put out this video because this comes up from time to time where people are like, man, how many times? Why didn't y'all ask for all this up front? We try to ask for as much upfront as humanly possible, and hopefully this filter is getting smaller and smaller. We have files that go seriously straight from this group all the way to clear to close. That doesn't happen every time. We call those one-touch files, but we get them pretty regularly. But we also have a lot of files that are really complicated. And so if you've got a complicated file, you're self-employed, you're retired, you own multiple businesses, you own multiple properties, there's going to be a lot more that has to be documented and verified and clarified.
Yeah. So when we send a needs list, knock it out. The faster you can knock out that needs list, the faster we can keep it moving forward. That way we have a lot of breathing room. We get the clear to close way in advance before the closing table. And that way everyone can breathe nice and easy before we get to closing. So thanks for watching our video, guys. We always like the positive feedback we get, the comments. Like it, share it.
If you're a realtor, share the video to your people.
Yeah, let them know what's coming. Get them ready to buy a house. And we're here to help on the lending side. So stay tuned for our next video. Adios.
Until then, adios.